I was what's now called communication studies. So, but I was, while I was here, I was editor of the Collegian, and so had essentially intended on going into journalism when I graduated, but had ended up in communication studies, and so just stayed there and worked at the Collegian. People just started to value what we did less, and also then misunderstood what we were doing. You know, we have to be smarter and a lot more thoughtful about here's why we're doing this story, here's what it means, and making sure that we're, you know, that we're being very open with people, that we haven't talked to everybody, and if there's somebody that you think we should be talking to, we need you to help us. And that's another part of it where I feel like, especially, you know, for the last 4 years I was in community journalism, community news, and you can see a lot more of that connection at that level than you can at, like, you know, larger news organizations. It's been well documented that when a news organization leaves a community, corruption goes on the rise, the much more divisive politics comes in its place, fewer people who are voting, you know, across parties. It's funny because we talk about the fact that when people say that they hate the media, they're talking about CNN and Fox News and New York Times, but they're not talking about, you know, the Littleton Independent or the Golden Transcript. You know, they're talking about these large news organizations that are that take up all the oxygen, but it's those small ones that are really covering the things that you care about. I still remain really hopeful for what happens with the industry, and part of the reason why is because of the fact that there are journalists who still want to, you know, student journalists who want to do this work.